safe on Ascent because of Killjoy's. Because Killjoy, you're typically going to have a Sova on Ascent. Just it's almost because of the way that you can get those recons, like the verticality you can utilize with the recon bolts for Sova. Like you get them through windows, you can get them over stuff. It's really easy to get good information from Sova. It's hard to not bring a Sova on Ascent. And I think Cypher's a little bit better a pick. We touched on this a little bit yesterday because he's such a hard counter to the lockdown with his Hunter's Fury and even shock darts.
Oh yeah.
So
we've been seeing so many shock dart kills. It's actually pretty intriguing.
Okay.
But here we go.
Pistol round. The all-important pistol round, except for Vision Strikers. They don't find this round to be that important.
No, they do not. Maybe a little bit more so after yesterday, because it was pretty rough. So interested to see how both of these teams are going to be piloting around the lack of Brimstone. Or lack of Breach, sorry. Brimstone is here in the game. Already some action going to be breaking out, however, as we lose 2 members on the side of Lunatic High. Over here onto the point, not going to be able to find one as Jinx goes down. Headshots flying all over the place as Sama off screen will also find Impa. And that is a very strong opener here for Lunatic High. Be the last member left. Cinder here with the Cypher, sitting in market for now.
Bogdan got a ton of value out of that.
Oh yeah.
That is what makes Reyna so darn scary, is in these close quarter combat situations, she basically gives herself an extra life, and Bogdan doing that wins a double.
Down to 68 health right now for Cinder. He's watching his back, trying to see if he's going to get pinched. I mean, he wants to die no matter what here in this, and he will in the end. Takes Bogdan down, but then will fall. So 2 members still standing here for Lunatic High. They have the spike plants. It's going to be plenty of credits in their pocket. And the question is, Hamtori, what do they want to do? Do they go for the full save, or do they actually try to get a bit of a force going on? We saw several forces yesterday. With people coming in round 2 after a pistol loss, picking up things like stingers, like Bucky's, which for now it's looking like we might actually have a Marshall, unless that does end up getting sold.
Well, the Marshall early on, you can really
I love it.
control a lot of mid, so it's very, very strong. And again, like if they don't have the full armor, you can make short work of them even without the headshots. So it is the shorty for our Cypher. And around the corner, follow Recon up,
There
and
comes
come
out.
right through.
He does manage to find one, though. The headshot does go out onto Samma, taking him down before the frenzy from Younghill actually finds the kill. He'll follow up for a second, taking out Goddead as well. Lear goes up on top of Heaven as they look to push, manages to find one right around the smoke. Great little angle there from Bogdan. Gets the kill, now he wants to press the issue, pushes the corner, finds Jinx, and that'll be the closeout. So 3 guns going to be held here for Lunatic High. Not too bad here for Hamtori. They do manage to take 2 guns away, but it's going to be a 2-0 start for Lunatic High all the same.
Bogdan's doing a great job getting in spots where he can really utilize that Devour effectively. He doesn't finish that last kill as easily without that Devour, so he's just doing a fantastic job getting up close and personal, utilizing Reyna to the best of his abilities, following up off the flashes and those kind of things as well. So just good set plays to start that out. You throw the recon out, you get the owl drone, and then you just come right around the corner, guns blazing, with that information. And the reaction time is really good from Lunatic High to start.
Well, 2-man stack here in mid-arch. Zunba just going to be chilling out alongside Goddead, but they will go ahead and peel back after the smokes start to dissipate. Another one going to be placed. It seems like A might be the play here for Lunatic High. Spike going to be rotated back through Gelato towards main, but I see a little bit of hesitation on which direction they want to drag this. Just chilling at the top mid for now.
Already has Empress as well.
Oh yeah,
a hot start.
That's pretty incredible for round 3. Picking up those ult orbs, always going to be helping to accelerate the pace of that.
Yeah, and this turret's in good placement. If they don't think they can push through A, they can at least cover it as they exit. And if they do push through A, it allows them to kind of watch main a little easier and get really into the site here. Focus on control of Heaven.
Yep. Cloudburst out. Gets them the entry they're looking for, and the door will be shut. Spike getting planted. Weakest member just going to be chilling in hell for now. Arena would love to get a kill to pick up Lear. Does press forward a little bit more aggressively to try to find that. Got that around the corner. Has to peel back. Takes the tailwind over to the side. Flips the wall. They'll just go ahead and destroy the turret for now. Pressing forward, that's going to be the dismiss coming through, but look at the kills flying in for Lunatic High. 3 members still strong. Now down to 2 as ZunDeZinx does find a nice headshot. Pops out the flash, but hasn't checked his left. Drops down, gets the headshot. Can he pull it off? Taps the bomb. Will not be able to take down Kick or KYK. It does fall. Worth noting that this is Zumba playing against his former squad of Lunatic High, where he started his esports career in Overwatch. Almost clutches it out for his squad, though. Will fall. 3-0 start here for Lunatic High. Now the money is going to be hurting a little bit for the side of Hamtori. Bucky's and Marshall's starting to get picked up.
Well, it's interesting. Kick was hanging out over by the spawn side for the defenders. Even though they had the turret there, he was just kind of hanging out, seeing if he could maybe get a pick as somebody attempts to come through the boxes, but nobody actually did, and so he comes in late and is able to save the day. So, you know, kind of double stacking their flanks, making sure they're protected, and Cinder's got a Bucky up close and personal, and we saw it a few times yesterday where we had some good Bucky plays. This time, not able to make those clicks connect, finally gets it.
Yeah, it does get one. Lear's going to come out. He's going to push around the corner to get out of the line of sight of it. Does end up getting taken down, so a 1-for-1 trade, but that gets rid of a rifle. Just for the use of a Bucky, so not a bad exchange overall here for Hamtori, but with low HP on Zumba. He's trying to top himself up. Great tag coming in! God dead! Whoa. Double tap on a Fantasy, gets a headshot wall bang. Absolutely huge.
Crazy, that shows you that Marshall, if you can get hot with it, very, very powerful early on.
Oh yeah. Finds those kills, God dead. Not even creeping around, just charging forward. Once he grabs that gun, scoops it up. Great angle held there from Jinx. Keeps Goddead protected. He then goes in deep, finds one, looks for a second. Bangnan will manage to find the kill. He's got the Devour going off. Now he's going to be looking for a 4K in the round, and he will have it. Woo. Lines it up right onto Zumba. 4-0 now for Lunatic High. A decent little buy there. However, for Hamtori, they get rid of a lot of rifles, so they're forcing Lunatic High to have to spend their money.
Bangnan really putting on a masterclass performance of
this is
Reyna.
how you play a Reyna.
This is how you play Reyna. I mean, good angles to get the Devours, get that full health back, give himself that extra life, you know, let his tankiness build, and then he comes out, pops heads. It's just great stuff from him. He's just really finding, you know, again, it's all about those angles to get those Devours off, because sometimes you're in a bad spot and you're not able to get the full value out of it and those kind of things, or you have to move. He's finding really good spots to take care of business. Yeah, don't want to break the line of sight on it. So you can keep the heel rolling. Great shot from Goddead. That's one way
Takes
to
one
end
down. I mean, yeah, and that's exactly who you would love to kill. So really high value target there. Zumba just playing around mid. Waiting to see if this peek comes through from the enemy jet. Smoke's gonna come down and actually somehow will find the kill on this Zumba. There's Impa. Takes Hyunho's head off right as he comes around into A main. Spike's still going to be hovering there.
Very quiet.
Yeah, slow play now in a disadvantage for Lunatic High. Looking like this very well may be their first round dropped.
Yeah, the defense is really well set up for Hamtori. Tripwires at both B and mid. And then you've got 2 into A. See the Jets just roaming around, utilizing that mobility. She's the one that you want to have in the back there. Presumably, you know, the long-range shooting as well, taking advantage of it.
Here's the footsteps, pushes it into the smoke, surprises Kick, taking him down, and that is going to be the very swift cleanup with Goddead, finding Fantasy in the end. Very nice round here for Hamtori. They're on the board, 1-4.
Yep, good round for Goddead, making great use of the Blade Storm there. He just, you know, picking off that Reyna early. Bangnan was hot. Let's see if this cools him off a bit.
Oh, Operator on the board for Hamtori. In the hands of Goddead, who's looking pretty deadly. So we'll see how he fares this time around.
Not controlling mid, opting to go for the B main side. I'm a little interested about that. We saw this work really well yesterday on Ascent, where you get a jet to control mid once you get the operators.
Really nice orbital strike, going to be called in by Jinx to try to buy some extra time for the wraparound of the other members. Knives out for Sama, goes up onto the high ground. Already 2 members going to fall, however, on the side of Hamtori. It's going to be a pretty difficult retake. That's a good first step. Hunter's Fury comes out, clips onto 1. But just popping this one, kind of surprisingly that he's not going to be saving this for a lockdown in the future round, but they want this retake. They do not want their economy to be weakened even further. So, but his wall gets up top, finds a great shot on a Hyunho, but then does fall. Kick scooping 1. Goddead chilling here, but will get taken down. Fantasy just lurking right below him. Finds the Opper. Now with just 1 left, he's out on the site. Pinch doesn't know which way to look. We're completely surrounded. Gets wrapped up in a nice little box.
Yeah, I mean, Kick's doing a good job with his stinger there, finding a kill into the A-Link side. Really good placement for Lunatic High. Again, you're putting the right guns in the right spots, the right agents in the right places. The Reyna's doing a good job getting up close and personal. You know, Kick's flanking around the sides in A-Link or in A-Main, whichever way he feels is going to be the better option. And even though the retake, the idea is good for Hamtori, they're coming from Heaven and they're coming from A-Link, it's just being better executed by Lunatic High right now. And a big part of that, of course, is Bangnam with this Reyna. I mean, it didn't come into play too much that round, but early on, they're really having to respect, you know, her ability. You have to be so careful with her because you can't let her get a Devour off. Yeah.
Not only that, but a great read. They knew that there was going to be an op coming through. Just getting an estimation based on, you know, how the economy was doing. Seems like we do have maybe a little pause coming through. So we'll take a little break and then we'll get back into the action. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, just a technical timeout or something, but we'll get it going back relatively quickly usually. So, yeah, I mean, this is a great start for Lunatic High. They look hot. The Reyna play great. You know, there was that 1-round comeback for our hamsters. I keep wanting to call them crazy hamster because I got so used to saying that, but not anymore. They're the hamster lieutenants.
You'd be, you know, only half wrong, I guess, by calling them that. So it's not too far off.
It's like a D. You know, that gets me. That's a passing grade, right?
I'm just more sad that we lost F4Q.
Oh, that was a crazy fun team.
I mean, it was the best name in the world.
It was
when you're pronouncing it as a Korean. It was absolutely amazing. But unfortunately, we did not have them anymore. But you know, they've joined forces. It's a rough start, though. A little bit rougher than we might have anticipated, given Hamtori's run to get here, 3-0, to make their way through the round of 32. Now going to be, you know, looking a little shifty on Ascent. So they need to run it back a little bit. You know, we'll see how they fare for the rest of it. It's only 6 rounds, so we're halfway done the first half of Ascent. So they still have plenty of time to put some rounds on the board. But, you know, if they don't get, I would say at least like 3 more, it's going to be not good. Your mathematical odds of being able to close it out from there is just plummeting.
Yeah, and they just threw a lot of money into the fire on that round. I mean, that was an operator, you know, full buys, so it's going to be probably a couple rounds of struggling for them to get back into it, to claw back into it. You never know, though. But they also don't have the Blade Storm available. That was already used, so you don't have that to rely on to maybe try to help, you know, gain some of that money back into your economy. So really, they're on a very, very, you know, bad spot. They're on the back foot quite heavily right now.
Yeah, stringent budget coming into this next round, especially after losing that operator, not being able to recover it at all.
Yeah.
So really rough place to lose it. But I was kind of talking about that before the pause. It was a good read, though, to kind of identify, like, okay, the Jet probably has an operator. She's been playing at B or in mid. Let's just avoid both of those areas and go straight into A. It was a good call, and the orbital strike delayed it a little bit for the rest of the team to get there to potentially try to get that retake to happen, but just kind of fell apart after that.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a good initial setup for Hamtori where they've got 2 up in Heaven to take care of Goddead when he comes up there with his knives. He can't really, you know, you can almost see he's ready for 1, but 2 is too much. And even though I think the Sova outshot him anyway, I don't, you know, I think even with 1-on-1, he would have lost that battle. But still, it's a good idea to have 2 there just in case, to really hedge your bets. Make sure you keep control of Heaven. But again, Lunatic High right now is just very, very dialed in. Their shots are landing. They're doing a good job controlling the space that they need to. They've got the Sova roaming. All the things are working very good for them on the A side. Now I might consider, if I'm Hamtori, thinking about moving that Cypher and really starting to try to make it more difficult for them to get into A, really slow things down, give yourself more time to set up the retakes. make sure you're keeping track of kick. You got to know where that Sova is.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen the Cypher go over to A, but, you know, maybe just kind of permanently relocate him there until the strategy starts to get shifted up a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah, it was just the winning of the shorty. You know, playing up close was the time that we
that's kind of a
there,
waste of your Cypher in a way. I mean, I get it because it is what it is in that round. Like, that's the second round.
Yeah.
You lost the pistol. So that's okay.
Yeah.
That, you know, I shouldn't say it's a waste, but, you know, it's just, you got to get some more value out of this Cypher, and you got to slow the pace down because Lunatic High just is really, really looking good, and you got to kind of change the tempo of the game here. And again, you got to get these retakes, you know, a little bit better set up because they're just not working.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been better having the shorty if you could still equip it on your camera, like you used to be able to do, and that was a fun little bug in the game.
That's hacks.
Sorry, fun feature, not a bug. It was, you know,
a fun feature.
But I mean, Cypher is a hacker, so why the hell not? But looks like we are getting back into the game now, as the round does start. So let's see how these guys are going to fare. For now, Spike going to be sitting out over B main, so it seems like that might be the intended target. Cam is set up by the Cypher. Drone out through mid. Does get the spot.
That's a nice little ult orb for a kick. Let's get that Hunter's Fury built back up. Get quicker in readiness for that inevitable lockdown. But the lockdown, I'm not sure. Haven't gotten a shot of our Killjoy just yet to see what the status of her ult is.
Should have it up. Oh, okay.
Not quite yet.
Okay. Still 3 outs, I guess.
They already used 1.
Hasn't been scooping as many kills in these recent rounds. Shock dart just to check hell. We'll press forward, get the door shutting here pretty soon. 2 players up in heaven here for the moment, with Bangnan waiting in the wings, pushing off Boiler, getting ready to move in towards Garden, but there's 2 right there, and he cannot get the spray through to try and fade away. Does fall. Neural Theft now coming out. Will spot the rest of the members of Lunatic High. Goddead with a nice little peek, finds one that's blind through the smoke. Does manage to find Samba. It's a great retake here for Hamtori, only losing out on Zumba, as they will go ahead and get the handover onto Goddead. Oh, no, trade off. They want to get that orbital strike online. Jinx, looks like he's going to be the furthest away from his ult, so we'll go ahead, get the defuse on the spike. There's a second round now here for Hamtori.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about that at the start. They had 3 that were actually trying to push through heaven, and they even lost Zunba right out the gate. But they send 2 into Link. They get the finish onto the Reyna early, right? They take Bongnam down early, and that really opens things up for them to come through Link and to come through Evan. 2-2 split coming through there, and the crossfires are good. The timings are great. That's what gives them the round. It's just that is exactly what they needed to do, right? Slow things down, get set up for these retakes, and get the timings right, and win a duel against a Reyna is a big deal.
Yep. Waiting for a potential push into B. Cam is out. They'll hear that Lear coming through. Great little peek there from Goddead. Finds kick. Immediately eliminating a member of Lunatic High. Making them that much rougher of a job. Handoff here to Samat just to try get a rifle in his hands for a little bit of extra kick. A K-I-C-K, not kick. You know, he's dead. So they're just going to be sitting here. Spike getting ready to move through. Be big value information. And Simba still just waiting. Throws out the blind, but they're still back around the corner, so he'll just prep another one.
Yep, he's just waiting. The camera there, they're using that for the set play. This is really smart. Camera, it is going to be moved back. Now they're going to pull it forward, and he's going to get a double.
Yeah, great curveball. Comes up with 2. Just goes ahead, throws fire down on the ground, stepping into it to get a little bit of healing. Tries to get the snap there on the Magnan's head. Cannot do it, but it's okay, because Goddead is there to go ahead and scoop up a 3rd kill. Finishing them off. 3 rounds now on the board. This is the momentum that Hamtori have needed. Many rounds as they can get here on the defensive side. It's going to set them up quite nicely for the round flip, because we've been noticing Ascent, especially in these last, across today and yesterday, especially since we saw it twice, very much attacker favored by the look of it.
Yes, absolutely, and I mean that's why Lunatic High, they picked this map. They picked attacking side first. They want to set the tempo. They want to get ahead. Great little set plays here with the Cypher and the Phoenix, using that camera to not just only get information, but to set up the curveballs, steps out there, get some good stuff. And now we are trying to push through A this time. We've got a full 5-man.
Molotov there on the entrance of main, just to stave them off a little bit longer. Lockdown coming through. No way to clear that out yet, but maybe you just don't even have to bother. That does fall. Managed to find 2 kills, but just going to be ducking into the corner here in hell. Does get taken down by Hyunho as soon as he enters onto the site. And now it's a 2v1. He's going to be wrapping around up towards window. And there it is. Jinx is ready. I actually really love that. I love that kill animation. This is the first time that I'm seeing it. And it's pretty fantastic.
That's the best one. No doubt about it. I love those. I love those ones that just make you laugh. Like if you're getting tilted and then you die and you turn into a present and you explode into confetti.
Well, it's either
like, you can't be mad anymore, or you maybe get more mad.
I was gonna say it's either or. You either become infuriated.
I can't help but
you
laugh.
chuckle.
Yeah, I can't help but laugh personally. I think it's just hilarious. All right, God dead. We've got the operator again. And just take the turret down relatively quickly. Smokes are there.
Blind shot. There it is. Knew the timing. He says, you know what? They've smoked me off. They're probably gonna re-peek. He reads it perfectly. Blind out, does manage to catch one. Gets the spot onto Sama hiding there behind the stairs. And they just ripped them to shreds. Hamtori finally really coming online. Sheriff pickup here for God Dead. As he was just going for the save, had the Blade Storm ready. Gets a nice little takeaway.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how scary that operator is in mid. Good Jets.
Yep.
Can just lock down mid from the defender's side and really, change that tempo the attacking side starts out with on this map.
Yep. Hyunho just going to be looking to get any kills that he possibly can, as the spike is downed in mid. So, not really trying to win the round, and I'll say that in quotations. Just wants to do as much damage as he possibly can. And, a body shot onto the Sova would be pretty decent, but he doesn't land the shot. Sentry does go out. And that'll just be a shot coming through with the operator to take down Hyunho, ending the round and tying us up 5-5.
Yeah, fantastic comeback here for Hamtori. Putting the pace of the game into their own hands, going with double Odins. I mean...
Yeah, why not?
We saw this with FAC, man. They do wild stuff. They do off-meta stuff. And now bringing it over to the Hamsters. So you definitely maintain the crazy part of the Hamster team. No doubt about that.
Yep. Well, God Dead back with the operator. Just going to be sitting at B main. We'll see if anybody's actually going to be pushing into his face this time. Zumba ready to back him up. Cam destroyed, so they do know that the Reyna is hovering nearby.
Yeah, just waiting. Just kind of poking around, setting the turret into A main. Gonna send the recon through mid. See if they can catch anybody hanging out in the mid area. See what it's like in there, and that gives them a little bit of information now. Are they gonna try to push through mid now that they didn't see anyone in there with that recon drone, with the owl drone? But it looks like for now they're starting to at least maneuver towards it. I mean, they have solid control over most of mid. There is the smoke and boiler, but yeah, smoke out into pizza, and now you've got the Cypher kind of peeking in here to see if he can maybe pick someone off on the way. Ooh, great!
Misses the tap, and that's Cinder dead. Great little play there, an unfortunate shot from Cinder. Probably would have fallen regardless, but could pick up from kick all the same. Orbital Strike going to be coming through, does force the tailwind, and Sama does get the headshot instantly there onto Inpa. Jinx, however, strikes him down. Looks to hold firm, finds a second kill on a Fantasy, but then Bangnan takes him out. Plant will come in on the A site.
Yeah, great utilization of information here for Lunatic High. And now the wall is down for Zumba. We saw this once. He likes to isolate the angles, but it's not going to work. Not going to fool Bangnan. We've seen that once before there, Zumba. We know exactly what you're doing.
Really risky updraft there. Actually gets the shot. I didn't think he was going to re-peek. I thought he was just going to head for the hills, but he actually goes for it. Sheriff going to be drawn out. Has not cleared hell. Looks for the flick on to kick. Cannot find it. 2 members left standing. Lunatic High take another round and take another step forward and regain the lead.
Yep, here we go. Last round of the half. And for GodDead, you may be asking why he didn't try to save. He doesn't need to. He has enough money to full buy again anyway.
Yep.
So, whatever.
True.
You might
Last
as well go
round
for
on
it.
the horizon.
Right.
I wasn't exactly counting the rounds. I was too focused on...
No, I know. I didn't realize it until I looked at the
Yeah.
I looked at the score. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. You get so dialed in because you want to just, like, I really want to focus on what the teams are doing, how they're thinking about this, how they're approaching it. Ping's coming down into B for Lunatic High right now, and it's going to be GodDead holding this angle once again. So,
Yep.
you know, I think the pings are saying we think GodDead's going to be here because they were right around where he is. They really got to keep track of that operator.
Yep. Jinx just playing forward for the moment. It actually finds the kill on the Hyunho. So now that sentry going to be absolutely worthless. Rerouting one into mid. Aldrone to go ahead and clear the way. Doesn't check deep into boiler, so still potential push out available there for Inpa here if he does want to move over towards the catwalk, but seems like it's just going to be Kick for now, starting to inch forward.
I like the response here by Cinder to put a camera up into mid, because last time when Lunatic High saw that mid was open, they took advantage of it and picked him off, and this time he's doing it a little bit different. And this gives him the information and gives him...
Pretty risky, though. He's not going to have that much time to turn the camera off. Spots one, throws out the dart. Odin is going to be ready. He could mow them down. Instantly finds a headshot into the spray on the body, and good luck. That Lear is not going to do anything for you at all. And with the end of the first half, as the teams flip, we are still tied 6-6.
Fooled him a bit. I think they thought he was still in attacker's spot. And they just came around the corner, didn't check it. And if they have an Odin and you're not checking a corner, it can fall apart very quickly, as you can see. There's a lot of bullets in that thing, and he can just hold it down. They step right into it with that final one. Probably should have waited a bit there, the Reyna. We should have, Bogdan probably should have taken a little bit more time on that.
Yep.
But regardless, maybe thrown a Lear over there. But anyway, regardless, it's still a very nice setup there by Cinder. And a really good change of ideas. He knew, you know, because again, teams will kind of like do stuff until it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right? And so for Lunatic High, they went into mid, they used a recon drone, or the Owl drone, got some information, and, you know, he paid the price. It was also a good recon dart.
Yeah.
That caught him. But this time he changes it up. He sets the camera, goes around the corner, is in a spot they're not expecting. That's what smart players need to do.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely needed to lead with the Lear. The Lear came in
so
very late. It takes that, you know, half second to activate as well. So having 2 members push without that Lear out is pretty devastating for them. Hamtori now pressing forward, make their way into guard. Will manage to find another kill here. Is GodDead spraying down Fantasy. So 3 members off the boards, looking like a very nicely won pistol round for them as Zunba plays forward in the smoke. Gets that little look there on the Hyunho. See him move forward. Does manage to take him down. Now it's all on Bangnan, who, of course, again, needs and wants to die.
Well, I don't know if he wants to die, but
I mean, he wants to die or he wants to ace clutch, basically.
Yeah. getting any kills there is at least something, a little bit of extra money.
But you want to get that 9 hundo, you know.
That 9 hundo is the crucial part of that.
Pretty fat.
Fat stacks.
Fat stacks indeed.
Bucky. Oh, come on, Fantasy.
It would be nice. It'd be cool to see them go for...
Well, defender side on A. The Bucky's pretty powerful on Ascent.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even B, if you're just holding it main.
Yeah.
Especially if you can get into the cubby inside of main.
Yep.
Be
very true.
Huge, but you have to burn a decent amount of utility to actually manage to make that work. Unless nobody peeks, and then you can just walk in.
And then you just...
So I guess there's that.
Then you just right-click people for free.
Pushing around the corner, will spot one in Boiler. Up close and personal is GodDead. Tailwind going to be used. Jet does manage to exit. Lear out. Spray blind. Still manages to find one. Does Impa, but then gets taken down. Sama re-aggresses. Bit of a bloodbath, and it's going to result in a 1v1. Sentry eliminated. Spectre going to be scooped up, getting rid of the Stinger. Cage thrown down. Wants to recover the spike at least. And, oh man, it's like 1 HP. Will be able to get him through the corner. Gets the elimination, and Hamtori pick up 2 more rounds now on the attack.
still, for Lunatic high on the eco round there, getting 4 kills is really, really nice. That is actually kind of a win in those rounds. I mean, of course, you'd much rather have the round win, but getting 3 or 4 kills means that you're able to stabilize your economy much stronger than just getting wrecked very hard. I know that sounds obvious to say, but really, when you're thinking about this as players, you go, okay, you know, we bought pistols and we got 4 kills. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Not bad at all. Kick just going in with the long recon dart. Won't be able to spot much though. Everybody is stacked up into A main. He's taking down the drone. Managed to dart 1. Slight wraparound is coming through from Sama. Pushes up. There's a tripwire set to try to spot him. And oh man, great shot from Kick. Takes a ton of damage, down 25 HP, but does eliminate God Dead.
Yeah, those updraft knives don't seem to work out too often. Every once in a while, and when they do, they're
We've seen some pretty nutty ones yesterday.
Yesterday, yes. I was thinking about First Strike.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking back to First Strike, where we saw it a couple times, particularly on Split, on A side. They try to jump up over that wall and pick people off, and it's hard, man. It's hard to get those to line up. I mean, of course, with the knives, which are just pinpoint accurate.
Yeah.
You can do it. But yeah, I mean, still, great response from Kick. I mean, just great shooting there to be ready for it, to get his flick up there, finish the job, get that jet right out of the air, just pull.
30초 남았습니다.
It would probably be grounds for, like, I don't know, utilizing a bug, but I would actually be really interested to see if any of the jets on Ascent would actually use the super boost that you can do in the defender spawn at the start of a round.
Ooh.
But I don't think that that's allowed. Push forward out of the smoke. The Nanoswarm is actually going to manage to find Jinx. Someone takes a little bit of damage, pushes back out, gets a headshot onto Impa before Zimba. Let's take him down with the Bucky. They're in the back of Boathouse. Hyunho not able to stay alive. But with the clock ticked down, it will be a round pick up for Lunatic High all the same.
Bangnan just needed to get lucky, spraying through the wall at the end there.
Why
But
the hell
again,
not?
yeah, I mean, that's not too bad for Hamtori. And yeah, Lunatic High is catching up. I keep wanting to say Lunatic High because at one point somebody told me that's how it's pronounced, and then somebody else was like, no, it's Lunatic High. I've been told like 3 different ways to pronounce it, and I don't really, so I keep like trying to say it the way you say it because I like the way you say it.
I just go with Lunatic High.
Lunatic High works.
I've heard Lunatic High, but
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Anyway, no. We'll go with Lunatic Eye. I like Lunatic Eye. So, all right, now we're just going to try to reach right into A. Curveball around the corner.
Yeah, with the run it back rolling here from Zimba. He's looking for a target. Spots 1 in health. Will get the kill onto Fantasy as well. Now we'll go ahead and snap back into A main, and there's nobody pushing around from behind to take him down. They have the tripwire set up next to Gelato as well for that added protection and alarm. Gonna break down the door. 3v5. They will get 1. Guardian shot, headshot there through the wall. Does get Jinx. A nice little pickup. Dart will be removed. Knives are out, looking for a target, but God Dead is a little too accurate. Zimba will find 3. It's 9-7 now. 4 rounds away are Hamtori from taking this first map.
Yeah, I think that was a little overeager there from Sama with the knives. It would have been pretty nice to have those right now. I think he could have held on to that. Just try to get it done with the Guardian. And, you know, I think that sometimes you just get in the heat of the moment and you see that all come up and you just instinctively, pound it because you really want to find out, you really want to clutch the round out for your team, get that when you know this is a big moment right now with, the score so darn close, 8-7.
Yeah.
But, again, in hindsight, I probably want to save that one there. That Blade Storm would have been really nice to have in this round.
Thrown out. Sees the sentry. Don't think they got word that Hyunho is sitting in that little cubby next to the staircase, but the dart will actually find him. So now 2 have been identified. This is going to be the Blaze laid down on the ground. Takes him out. Nowhere to go. Oh, Hyunho has not been having a good game at all. A very rough time.
Well, it's rough when a recon dart just gets free information on you for that long.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one of those moments. Great shot there from Zumba, but it's one of those moments where you have to say, Cloudburst, please. I need to relocate. But does not happen.
Yeah, nobody left in that corner, just in case there was enough time that somebody could have crossed over there and got dead.
They'll never expect it twice. Oh, quick taps from the Frenzy at range. Doesn't do much damage. Jinx rotates over to look for the shot. It's a little bit of damage in. Just a smattering of it onto Sama. It's not a whole lot that he's going to be able to do. They're pinging. They have the call that he's going to be rotating around. He's a nice amount of HP to try to trade out a kill, but I don't know if he's going to be able to deal with Jinx. He can. So there you go. But Zumba's there, scoops another triple. And now it's just 2 rounds here for Hamtori to go ahead and lock down overtime, and then 3 to take it.
All right. Let's see what Lunatic High can do. They're gonna go full buy, so the money's gone. This is basically it right here.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, if you don't win this one, you gotta go eco or something next round that's not gonna be very favorable in terms of the guns and the economy that you're gonna have. So, yeah, this is it. This is a big one.
Absolutely is. Gunho going to be relocated over to the A site. Is slightly backed up by Fantasy. It's currently waiting over near Boiler. All of his kit tested here on the site. Cloudburst coming through. They'll spot the sentry, pushing forward, looking to take that one down. Door not yet shut. Zimba pushing forward, does have to run it back, rolling, and manages to find one. Fantasy going to be taken down. We'll go ahead and snap back. Jinx watching the flank. Lurking in Gelato, catches Sama completely off guard. You were talking about how important this round is to try and get the win, and it's not looking very good. Lockdown, not gonna find anything here. It's eliminated with 2 members left versus 4. Seems like Hamtori just gonna be taking that next step towards victory. Ooh, dart drawn out by Impa. It's caught off guard. Awkward timing for him. Does get eliminated there by Bangnan, who is now just going to be looking for the exit to try to hold on to this Vandal.
I mean, Zunba just doing such a good job locking down A-Link. I mean, that just shuts the whole thing down. That just shuts the retake down for Lunatic High, along with Jinx controlling the other side from spawn. What are you gonna do? They're in the right positions. They're getting the kills at the right times. They're not allowing the retakes to be properly set up. They're getting ahead of it. Like, they're taking the right spots. They're taking the control points with speed and aggression, and just they're just on point right now. They're better right now.
Yep. It's a very good look for them. Slow start, but it seems like they finally found their groove and have absolutely taken off, especially on this attack side.
Bucky's galore.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is just hold your Bucky and pray. I swear that's not a euphemism. Filthy mind.
Wow.
Pushing up into market. They don't have eyes on it yet. Kick's just going to be hanging out here on the steps, holding the angle with this judge. Gunho starting to rotate over. He's going to maybe press the corner over towards Pizza. Sky Smoke's coming down. They will spot that one's there. They clear market.
I mean, this is awkward for Lunatic High. They can't fight until it's like point blank. So
yeah.
with Hyunho getting spotted out there, he's not able to do anything except back off and just tell his team what's going on.
I mean, they ripped him to shreds. He's got like 5 HP remaining.
Yep.
So not a great look. Bangnan holding this angle is actually huge. He sees the curveball, does not get blinded by it, but now needs to find some kills. Oh, cannot get the opportunity. Push around the corner. Fantasy looking for the shot to take out Cinder. Cannot do so. Took him low, but can't get the kill. Gunho will manage to find one. Picks up a Vandal, but with 10 HP. This, I think he just had to hold it for last. Does he want to go for it?
Well, they're kind of in desperation mode. It's almost not possible to hold it.
Just walks into the spray. Blind wall bang. We'll just go ahead and eliminate him.
He's in a catch-22. He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't there.
I think you kind of just have to hold the Vandal and then just try to pray for 5 rounds in a row to force an OT.
Sure.
But it at least is recovered by Sama. We'll go ahead and pull back. See, Jinx is in a position to potentially pursue. He will rotate through the defender's spawn, but I don't think he's going to make his way all the way into the B site. So Spike will just go off. 12 rounds now for Hamtori. One more to go ahead and kick off this series 1-0.
Yeah, and it's a good job by Hamtori, not over-aggressing, not just rushing into stuff. They know the economic situation that Lunatic High is in. Their guns are going to be bad, which means it's going to be Lunatic High wanting to get up close and personal.
Yep.
You don't necessarily know they're going to go Buckies. Maybe you do if you've watched them enough. But regardless, they're going to do something where they need to get cheeky kills on you. And, you know, Hamtori just dodging around it, doing a good job with their reconnaissance, and making the right moves based off the information they get.
A full 5 stack over towards the A site. Spike instantly going to be taken down. Knives drawn out. Poor God dead. Seems like he wants to end this first map on a high note, but it's going to crash and burn. Does get eliminated. Hunter's Fury out, looking for some kills. Doesn't manage to find too much. Looks like maybe a tag onto Zunba. They will have the site. The spike will get planted. Doors shut. Cinder pressed forward. Uses the neural depth, but will get killed off by Sama. 3v3. Still potential here for Lunatic High to win this round. They're not out yet.
Yeah, good job again controlling A-Link. That really slows the rotations down, slows this retake down, gives Hamtori more time.
Shock dart. Let's get a connection. Molotov up the top. And oh man. Now a 2v1. Low HP for Hyunho. Will get taken down. It's all on Impa to try to close this out. And he's got the headshot. Finishes it with a triple kill. 13-7. That is map 1 in the books. Hamtori, they take the first map in this best of 3.
Yeah, this is big. They started out so slow, and they just picked up the pace. Really, you know, put their pedal to the metal there and took over that game. Well, I think they were down 5-1 at some point, or 6-1 maybe even.
It was a rough start. It was a very rough start.
And then they won, what, like 9 or 8 in a row there? I mean, that was just crazy good.
Yeah.
Everything they're doing is great. Again, when they push A site, they're really prioritizing control over A link. That's a big deal. They make sure A main is at least not being flanked from in one way or another, whether that's leaving a turret or somebody behind there, you know, whether that's the brimstone or whatever, what have you.
Yeah.
But because Heaven is kind of a bottleneck. You can let people come there, but Heaven only becomes a problem if there's another angle to come from, right?
Yeah.
Then it becomes a really difficult issue. So, yes, of course, everybody wants to come from Heaven because that's the easier rotation spot from your side as the defenders. But if you're the attackers, you can't let A link or A main be taken, and then you can pretty much guarantee yourself a pretty high probability that you'll do well.
Yeah, well, a really great start to the series here for Hamtori. We'll see if they can move up 2-0 or if we'll have an answer back from Lunatic High in map number 2. That's going to be coming up in just a few minutes, so stay tuned. We'll be back.
Run. 다녀올게. Better than ours, Thailand. 21 Savage, 세계와 arcade, I play the game, Thailand, 만나리 gat해. Wish got me tonight, amen. 놀랐지. 모두만의 relay, night on the life, 이네. Stay 나 미기가 와 이네. 서발나 이네. 이제 끝내는 거다. 날 찾았나? 너무 쉽고 누구든 가리지 않고 전부 다 상대해주지. Run.
Auf Wiedersehen.
자리 잡았어?
아직
왜 이렇게 오래 걸려? 여기 잘한다고 했잖아.
알고 있어. 재촉하지 마.
시간이 없어. 그냥 들어간다.
그러다 총 맞는 수가 있다.
나만 믿으라고.
페닉스 안 돼.
거봐. 나만 믿으랬지? 오오오오오! 방금 그건 뭐야?
내가 말했을 텐데.
너한테는 아니지.
뭐 제가 먼저 쐈어.
먼저? 그럼 너도 쐈다는 소리네? 뭐야, 변명도 안 해? 그렇게 그냥 가버리시겠다. 그래, 막 나가자 이거지?
좋아, 가자. 안녕, 나 제트야. 지금부터 발로란트 패치노트 2.0을 시작해볼까? 먼저 맵 업데이트. 스플릿이 꽤 많이 바뀌었어. 다들 눈 크게 뜨고 똑똑히 봐라! B차구에서 B지점으로 들어가는 통로가 좀 더 넓어지고 엄폐물이 생겼네. 수비팀도 구석으로 숨기 어려워졌어. 석가래 방향으로는 높은 엄폐물이 생겼으니까 공격팀에 유리하겠는데? B지점의 스파이크 설치 범위도 조금 늘어났네. 뭐야? B골목도 바뀌었어? 이제 오른쪽만 체크하면 되겠는걸? 중앙 상단부에서 중앙 환기구로 들어가는 통로도 넓어졌고 훌륭한데? 중앙 환기구 안에는 경사진 벽이 생겼네. 이제 하나씩 잡으면서 들어가는 거야. 알았지? B 연결부는 좀 더 심플해졌는데? A 하수도에 숨는 녀석들도 꽤 줄어들겠어. 뭐야? 아직도 끝이 안 났어? 다들 집중해야겠네. A탑의 벽은 경사진 형태로 바뀌었고 A 지점 구석 경사진 벽은 각도가 조정됐어. 이제 거기 숨어도 소용없을걸. 드디어 마지막이야. A 스크린룸에서 나올 때 이제는 좀 더 쉽겠지? 다음은 요원 업데이트. 드디어 내 차례가 온 건가? 뭐야? 너푼데 왜 불렀어? 연막 폭발의 지속 시간 예전으로 돌아갔잖아. 그래도 날 막을 순 없을걸? 자, 거의 다 왔어. 사용자 설정 게임 기록을 보여주기 싫으면 이제 숨길 수가 있어. 그리고 잠수하는 녀석들, 페널티가 더욱 강력해졌으니 이제 그만하는 게 좋을걸? 패치노트 2.01은 여기까지야. 이번 패치, 이거 재밌겠는데?
Smith's coming through, but look at the kill flying in. The Lunatic High, 3 members still strong now. Trying to pop himself up. Great tag coming in. God dead. Jinx keeps God dead protected. He then goes in deep, finds one, looks for a second. Bangnan will manage to find the kill. He's got the Devour going off now. He's going to be looking for a 4K in the round, and he will have it. Lines it up right onto Zunba. Here's the footsteps, pushes it into the smoke. Surprises kick, picking him down, and that is going to be...
It is going to be moved back. Now they're going to pull it forward, and he's going to get a double. They can turn it down quickly. Smokes are
Take
there.
a blind shot there. Odin is going to be ready. He could mow them down. Instantly finds a headshot into the spray on the body, and good luck. That Lear is not going to do anything for you at all. Connection, Molotov up the top, and oh man. They're on 2v1. Low HP for Hyunho. Will get taken down. It's all on Info to try to close this out, and he's got the headshot. Finishes it with a triple kill. 13-7. That is map 1.
You can't explain. You feel the blood is pumping faster in your veins. Don't know what's coming or what to say. Just got that feeling that you gotta get away. Yeah, you had your time, but now I'm gonna get what's mine. There's nowhere left on earth for you to hide. I'm gonna take your crown, write your name out of this town. Oh, it's too late to stop it now. In your bloodline, you'll see the red inside my eyes. They'll be burning till I put you in the ground. I'm gonna hunt you down. Yeah, I'm the nightmare you can't escape. You were the predator, but now you are the prey. That paranoia.
Alrighty, welcome back. We are just about to jump into map number 2 in our first series of the day. Hamtori able to come out on top, taking down Lunatic High on Ascent in pretty rough fashion. You know, they had a rough start to the game, but then once they got the gears turning, they absolutely took it over.
It was just a steamroll from them after they got it going after that break, and it was just impressive. There's not much else to say. I mean, It just felt like whatever that fire that Lunatic High had at the beginning just kind of petered out. I mean, the Reyna play just wasn't, there. And to be fair, it was basically just A side, A side, A side, A side, and Hamtori, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They just kept battering it down. They have a fantastic idea of how to control that site.
Yep.
They know how to shut down the retakes, keep themselves saves, and you can see here showing up in the scoreboard, God dead, Zumba, rocking and rolling.
Yeah, our first Phoenix, and it was heavily impactful. Zumba, rough start like the rest of the squad had, wasn't really getting too many kills, but as time went on, he just started racking them up, getting the the triples coming through in multiple rounds. So does come in at 24, 14, and 3. Highest ACS though does go to God dead. A decent performance overall from Bangnan. He started off the series so incredibly well, but like he said, kind of petered out by the end of it, but it was mostly because the rest of his team was just getting picked off left, right, and center.
Half of his kills were in like the first 4 rounds. I mean, that's just, the whole team was just falling apart there. It just a complete one-sided affair. I mean, you could basically take those first 4 or 5 games and just throw them out the window, because after that, it was all Hamtori.
Yes.
I mean, now this is like, that's so demoralizing. And now you got to go into the next map, which I'm pretty sure is Hamtori's
I
pick.
did get the confirmation on this. Ascent was picked by Lunatic High. So they lost on their map choice. So now we get ready to go into Bind, which is picked by Hamtori.
Yeah.
And this is looking like a pretty grim scenario for Lunatic High if they want to get their way into the top 8. So might not happen unless they can absolutely pop off here on map number 2. Taking a look at the agents coming through, though. Quick selections. Seems like Zumba just going to be swapping off the Phoenix over onto the Raze. Makes a lot of sense for this map in particular. But still not seeing an Omen for Hamtori.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they want to go with that. You can kind of get away with it with the Brimstone. You're lacking any flashes, though, right now with this Hamtori setup, which with some of the wide open spaces and things like that that happen on Bind on the sites, maybe not as useful, but when you're trying to control the entrances to the sites, that's where they're really useful. So they're going to have to kind of play back, I would think, but maybe not. You never know. I mean, they could just be really aggressive in Bath with the Jets. They love to do that.
It's either play back or yeet yourself the hell in there.
Yeah.
Which seems like that might just be the situation for them as we wait for the final lock-ins to then jump into the game. But don't want to stray away from the Cypher or Killjoy. Seems like it's going to be 2 Cyphers here on the board for us. Fantasy with the Omen. We'll have to see if he can do any good lurking. We saw some amazing lurks yesterday from Perry with his Omen, so maybe we can have a similar performance. But overall, it's not going to change up too much here for Hamtori. They're really just going to be swapping out the Phoenix for the Raze, and otherwise, same comp.
It's pretty interesting to see them kind of use that Jinx, use the Brimstone as the roam on Ascent. Is that going to be what they do on Mike? Because it doesn't seem like, in my head, I'm like thinking, well, he doesn't have any like flashes. He doesn't, he has smokes, but he doesn't have any flashes. Things that are typically kind of useful for, holding off angles, holding flanks and things like that. You can hear somebody coming, you can throw a flash around the corner or something like that. But on the other hand, you do, the thing with Brim is to get your smokes down, you have to be somewhere safe. So if he's kind of out by himself a little bit, he is able to kind of maybe help with some smokes as the retakes are being attempted. That way you don't accidentally lose your Brim for no reason. So I really actually like it. I like it that we're seeing more Brimstone because of the changes. With Jets, smokes being nerfed a little bit, and Brims, it's a bit of a buff in the cost. They cost a little bit less now. So I like this idea, particularly on Bind. We see it a lot anyway. Might as well keep bringing it.
Yep. Well, Hamtori first on the attack, which would be Lunatic High's choice here for themselves. Great push around the corner. Does manage to find 2. Shock Dart from Input does finish off Samba. This kick takes quite a bit of damage. Pushes around the corner. Samba cannot get his gun drawn in time. Jinx has made his way all the way wrapped around, however, through Hookah. Does manage to find one with a Frenzy. Will press forward. That dart off the Aldrum does connect. Pushing the corner now down to 16 HP. Is he ready for the Cypher? The answer is going to be no. Gunho will find the last kill, and that is a pistol round victory for Lunatic High yet again.
Yeah, starting off very similar to how it went last time. Just, Lunatic High seems to have the edge on these pistol rounds. It's quite an interesting thing to see. Teams that lose these pistol rounds, you talk about it a lot in other regions where these pistol rounds are so important. But here in Korea, they don't seem to matter as much. It seems like whoever wins the pistol round is going to lose the half. It is kind of a fascinating affair.
Yeah. They're just built different, these Korean Valorant players. We were talking about it a little bit yesterday, but, there's a slightly different focus overall for Korean Valorant comparatively. Sama does get spotted. Has a curveball ready, can always back off into the teleporter if he has to. Will take a little bit of damage, but keep himself topped up with the hot hands. The shock darts start flying.
Yeah, just going to keep bottlenecking long B, as it is kind of being aggressed by the Jet. He steps up, says, hello, God dead. Maybe next round.
Yep. Now that's a great start to this defense. The spike's going to be rotated back. Passing up Link. Cinder now eliminated. And with 3 members left standing, this is going to be a rough retake. Already some rotations coming through over to the A site. They want to just try to fake this maybe back over to B. Have some noise created by Zumba with this raise, and then try to get the spike onto the B site where it's going to be slightly less occupied.
Yeah, right now, this A site looking pretty well locked down between the Omen and the Cypher. That's going to be a really difficult task, especially with those Spectres at longer range. I mean, it's going to be so hard to outduel them, but the Brimstone smokes are down. And again, the camera is going to catch the Brim peeking through mid, but we are able to get the smokes down enough, but they're quickly just getting torn apart.
Yeah, and they know exactly where this Brim is at. They'll push the corner, they'll eliminate him. That'll be the spike defuse, and a pretty quick second round does get scooped up here for Lunatic High. So similar start to what we saw in Ascent. Nobody going to be taken down, so there's the Flawless. It's a very nice little start. Hamtori at least do get the spike plant money.
Exactly.
So that will allow them to get a buy-in.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking, Achilleos. They can use a couple smokes there. The value is still worth it to use those smokes to get the plant down, even though you get wrecked in the process, whatever. You need that money in that round. You're not going to win that round most likely anyway, so better to at least, you know, try to stabilize your economy a little bit coming into this one. Big round coming up for Hamtori, but I say that, and, you know, last time it looked like they were going to get absolutely wrecked, and then they turned it completely around.
Well, curveball around the corner, and Jinx just will spray down a kick. And they don't take any damage in exchange here, do Hamtori, so everybody's still going to be fully topped up as the dart goes through. Gets a little tag in. Jinx checking the box as they make their way through hookah, blind starting to fly. That just hugging the corner for now, starting to push up onto the site. Sees that smoke come through, the paranoia. Samsa just sprays down 3. Now he'll find 4. Can he get the ace? No, he cannot. Goddead will take down 2 more before falling himself, but that is a 3rd round win for Lunatic High, and just an economic shattering here delivered to Hamtori.
Yeah, that's huge from Sanma. Last time it was Bangnan that started off hot, and he's still doing pretty good, 2-0, but 6-2 now for Sanma is huge. And that Quadra with the Spectre, that is massive value. Massive value there for Lunatic High. And once again, it's going to be an eco round for Hamtori because of that.
Yeah, great start. Bangnan with the Phantom looking to maybe get a little saucy here in the showers. He's starting to push the angle now. Boombot's going to go ahead. Trade places. Runs out, doesn't get the bounce to actually get the Boombot through the door, so will not get the spot exactly on Zunba, so might think that maybe he's backed off, but he's still going to be playing defensively, watching that corner angle.
Yeah, I like the idea. Try to play off of your information that you get from your Boombot. Just wasn't quite there with the placement, so doesn't really get anything out of it. Both players utilizing those Boombots to minimal effect so far. Taking a little bit of damage from some paint shells is Bangnan, but able to avoid anything serious. The rest of the team lurking their way into mid.
Starting to move up short. Dashboard with the tailwind, looking to push into U-Haul. Spray comes out, actually doesn't get the connection that they were looking for. Goddead will get the headshot. Jinx following up suit here. Does find Bangnan. Spray into the smoke. Doesn't quite get the hits. Presses back out. Would love for that Omen to peek. Does not do so. Curveball around the corner. Jinx going to be taken down. A little bit of damage out on the molly, but doesn't matter. Has that running back rolling, but now he's the only one left. Does get a safe exit back over towards the defender side. Spawn.
This could be a huge thrifty.
Ooh. Does get the 1 tag there onto the Cypher, but it's not that meaningful of damage. Pressing up into U-Haul. Saw his leg there for a moment. Gets his shots. Updraft comes through. Goddead waiting around the corner. Hot Hands goes forward into showers to try to lock off that side. 10 bullets remaining. Moves up onto the spike. Goddead is there. Has the headshot. Kills come in. And like you said, a great little thrifty here for the side of Hamtori, picking up their 1st round.
That's huge. That is a massive momentum swing this early, with Lunatic High coming out the gate swinging once again in the beginning, trying to reestablish that confidence, that momentum that they had at the beginning of Ascent. Now now it's just gone. That is just a heartbreaker. I mean, they just bought pistols.
Yep.
Goddead picks up a Phantom after getting some good shots with his Sheriff and just wrecks him. It's incredible. And I mean, all credit in the world to Sama. He's playing out of his mind right now. Some good curveballs coming through to pick up some kills, but at the end of the day, Hamtori playing very, very well.
That he is. Got it for that shot with the Sheriff. Just going out here with the knives, looking to save some money. See if he can get anything done with the Blade Storm. Great little flick there from Zumba onto Kick, but wasn't expecting for Sama to be backing him up. So they do trade 1 for 1. And that's going to draw attention. 2 members starting to rotate over to B. You can see that it will be a reroute, however, so Fantasy does rotate back over to the A site. So just going to go for the 2-and-2 split now. This gives a lot of opportunity, however, for Hamtori to just go ahead and out-pressure them on whichever site they please, which it's going to be A.
Yeah, you do have the orbital strike available as well. Make sure that U-Haul is clear, and that's going to set them up for the push.
Make their way forward. Spike now can be planted. Still one back site. 2 moving over from, now 3 moving over from defender spawn. Everybody clustered together. Potential jump up on top of the truck. Get a slightly better angle. Jinx will fall. Good pickups here coming through. God Dead going to be taken down. The Blade Flurry not really going to be ending much. The Blade Storm rather. But will die. Cinder, however, around the back, they weren't really prepared for it. The Phoenix falls. A little bit of a satchel. Actually, that puts Cinder off balance, knocking him to the side. Couldn't reestablish his aim. Does get taken down. And that's a great little swing back into their favor here for Lunatic High.
Yeah, Lunatic High doing the right things, really putting the pressure into U-Haul. Collapsing through there, and it's a good start for Hamtori using that orbital strike to make sure that the U-Haul is clear. Again, that's why so much attention is being focused there. That's where the flanks can come through. That's where you can get the good off angles and crossfires set up. So both teams really prioritizing it correctly and doing a good job. It's good counterplay from Lunatic High. Good job to stabilize after that thrifty.
Start over the top. Not gonna see a thing. Hello. Drones passing through it. We will have the Hunter's Fury coming through. Oh, that's a dangerous time. Last Tag will go ahead and hit the Sova. Now he's gonna try to line up maybe some shock darts. Yeah, it does. Kick will take down 1, but it's gonna be 4 members instantly eliminated, just disappearing off the face of the map.
I mean, that's so funny that they both kind of know where each other are because of the Hunter's Furies trying to counter each other with it, but it's actually Zumba who uses that information the most effectively, picking up that triple, knowing pretty well where the members of Lunatic High are set up, and is able to land his utility and his shots because of it. The recon drone helps too.
Yeah, it does. It'd be great if you had 2 of them, they just crashed into each other and they would just fall to the ground.
They just blew up.
Yeah. Propellers get tangled, explode. Well, Bangnan sitting in showers, trying to keep his gun preserved. Jinx makes his way over into U-Haul now, just going on the hunt, trying to finish him off. Seems like their paths are not going to cross. So we'll not be seeing that post-spike kill coming through. But second round now here for Hamtori. Just kind of trading back 1 for 1 now.
This is a slugfest right now. They're both taking good rounds off of each other.
Yeah.
It's quite fun to watch, but we're going to see. It looks like Lunatic High has to kind of just go for the buckies. As we have seen, they really seem to favor these on... you could kind of call them save rounds, but they're not quite. Like, they're doing something that isn't really in the meta for most regions and most teams, where they pick up buckies, around here. And really, I mean, it's something that's very popular in Korea, right? The buckies, the Odins, things that the players really, really like to utilize.
Yeah, Korea does love their buckies. Pushing forward, up through B main into Garden. Bangnan holding this angle. Goes for the shots, gets a nice little tap in. Almost taking down God Dead, but cannot follow up. Jinx gets the headshot, just a little bit faster. Surprisingly, didn't take any damage himself.
I thought he was going to get a collateral there for a second.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe the Vandal
Yep.
would have been a bit more likely, but not to be. Ooh, nice shock dart straight in on the spike plan. But Kick has spent both of those darts, so does not have another one.
Lunatic High can be patient. Right now they don't have elbow control though. It's only Hookah and Spawn.
Yeah, Fantasy trying to get a little bit of a retake there with the Bucky, but it's not going to happen. One member left chilling out in Hookah for now. Bucky drawn out. Sama, is there anything that he can do? Probably not. Takes a huge chunk of damage.
You might as well just die here.
Yeah, shock dart was big, and yeah, I mean, given the cost of the Bucky, you want to get your money back. Ooh, nice push around the corner. Finds Jinx. Would love to have gotten a little bit more, just to make this next round a bit more expensive for Hamtori, but will not be able to do so. But now they are one away from tying us up. And buys will start to come through, but it's not going to be, you know, full buy. You can see 3,400 there for Bangnan, so can afford a rifle, but can't get full armor. And I'll just have to spend down to get the rest of his utility.
Yeah, it's Sanma finding good timing. You know, he's going to have to die anyway. So seeing if he can get whatever extra value he can out of it, and gets the right moves, gets the right kill. He almost got a double there. He pre-fired, and GodDead comes around the corner just a little bit later than the pre-fire. So GodDead ends up finishing, but that could have been 2, and that's a lot of extra money. You know, every little bit counts in a situation like this. When you're starting to fall behind, your economy's starting to collapse, and oof.
Well, it's a 1-for-1. The double peek comes in. Kick able to equalize. Push forward aggressively into shower. GodDead not really ready for Bangnan to be chilling out. So they both push up onto that corner. Jinx from the side surprises Hyunho. Getting the kill. Now the A site will get opened up. Jinx makes his way into the sky smoke. Try to keep himself safe. They knew that Bangnan was still going to be hanging out in the shower. So we take him down. Little peek. Dart will manage to get a tick off, so they get the spot here onto the Brimstone. He's just going to be sitting behind the box. Shock dart drawn out, and just wasn't ready for that peek. Jinx goes aggro, and that is 4-4. A tie up here as Hamtori continue to scoop up these rounds.
Yeah, Jinx is just able to pick them off one by one by one. They're all kind of at different times. The smokes, doing a good job using the smokes, coming out one side, coming through the other. Even though he gets revealed by the recon dart, it didn't really matter. It didn't matter they knew where he was. He was just ready for it. And I think Kick there probably should rethink that shock dart. Either try to bounce it off of a wall around the corner if he's going to do that, or he's got to have his gun out and ready to shoot, because, you know, Jinx is very hot with that gun right now. There he's continuing. At least it's a double peek again here for Lunatic High.
Yeah. Problem is, though, hitting the 1-for-1 still not that even unless they can recover the gun. Still are at a bit of a disadvantage. Tailwind actually takes GodDead back into the dart. Doesn't take the full brunt of it. He'll get revealed and has to dip around the corner. Peek comes through, and the Stinger at range from Kick actually takes him down. You can see that he's not sure about the positioning of the rest of the squad, so he's not going to push out of showers to try and recover that gun. So still will be operating with the Stinger, but still can be quite deadly. Fortunately, though, turns around at the wrong time. Zimba takes his head off, now pushes into U-Haul. 3v2. Spike getting ready to go down here for Hamtori. Oh, catches him. The rocket actually does not finish him off. Takes him down to 15 HP. That is unfortunate. Hyunho with a Bucky looking for the 1v3 retake.
See if he can do it.
It's basically a free kill onto the Sova.
Yep. He's going to use the Neuro Link here.
Oh, yeah, he's going for it.
He really wants this. I mean, it is, again, it's starting to feel like the pressure's really on. Just whiffs on that right click. Tried to flick it over. Goes a little bit too far to the left. But it's interesting here for Hamtori, even though GodDead's kind of just yeeting himself into baths 2 rounds in a row and dying. That one was kind of weird there with that Sova getting a Stinger kill for free. It is allowing them to get through mid with the information, you know, that somebody's over there, which there usually is anyway. You kind of know that's going on. But, you know, Hamtori, even with what I would call kind of mistakes from GodDead, still winning 2 rounds, even without him, their star jet player. Yep. So, you know, right now especially, Jinx is really, really rocking with that Brimstone.
Hits with the Hunter's Fury. Not going to be able to find much. But another double peek here. Comes through from the side of Lunatic High, but Kick not ready for the aggressive push to come up from short. They find the kills there. Bangnan does trade one back, getting rid of GodDead. He does fall, making this another 3v2. Low HP, however, for Cinder, so definitely potential for Lunatic to kind of pull this off. One up into U-Haul. Hyunho finds one. I thought he was throwing out another another ult there. I was like, how does he have that already? You just used neural though.
That's not fair.
Oh. Makes his way up, Cinder. Like this one slowly gets the one tap. That will be the trade out. Making it close, making it a costly round, but unfortunately for Lunatic, they cannot get that win on the board. So now 2 up are Hamtori, 6-4.
Yeah, Hamtori doing a great job with the smokes that are there. That's the Omen smoke. They use it against him, coming in and out of it, you know, making themselves hard to keep track of, hard to know where they're going to be, setting up good crossfires as well. It's just very, very strong play from Hamtori. It looks like, once again, they're going to maybe just run away with this as we're getting closer to the end of the first half. It's going to have to be a save for Lunatic this round.
For the aggressive double push up. That's going to be a nice tap from Bangnan. Takes down Goddead. Use the boom bot. Knows that somebody's there, and with a double peek, they will find another kill. But falling. Zumba, however, will trade one back. Now he's looking for the second. Curveball comes out. He does actually barely get clipped by the blind, so he cannot catch Sama on the peek out, but we'll go ahead and re-aggress further into showers. Finds that kill. Now we'll go ahead and clear things out with this boom bot.
I love the idea of being aggressive through the bad there. Really, really like that.
Yep. It's great. Spotted 2 inside of U-Haul. Now are not quite certain where they are. Rocket gonna go wide, so nothing found with the showstopper, but Zumba does still scoop up a third before getting taken down by the Bucky. And again, Hyunho by himself will be the last one to fall, as it's just been consistent plays onto the A site.
Fantasy got a bit over-eager to pick up that Phantom. Could have potentially gotten the double with that Bucky. I mean, they were close enough that he could have swung around, finished the job if he had kind of had the danger senses to be aware of it. But the nice set play at the beginning for Lunatic, at least getting a few kills on their save round, pick up a little bit of money, you know, trying to play off that boom bot. It's the right maneuvers, it's the right stuff. They're doing a great job controlling Baz, but it's mid that they just cannot handle.
Yeah, they put too much attention there, and then they just get pushed in mid for free. Rough tidings. Now it's looking like the double peek going to happen here. Into mid. Jinx is waiting nearby. Chilling out in link. Also making his way over to short. Hunter's Fury comes through. Impa looking for the track. Does manage to get one tap as the run it back, I believe, gets popped by Sama to keep himself safe. Yes, it does. So he goes ahead, actually finds Cinder, and then snaps back over to the site with full HP. Good little play from him.
The setup's much better for Lunatic this time. They really, really are focusing on that mid control.
Oh, Dark finds one. Good tag into the back. Almost gets the elimination. On to Goddead. This is the round that Lunatic really needs. They can finish this out 5-7 on the half. Gives them a very realistic chance of bringing it back as they get ready to swap over onto the attack.
I will say this, Kick is doing a great job with his reconnaissance. The Owl drones, the recon darts are just really, really good, getting a lot of information.
Oh.
There's a 1, there's 2!
Can he get a 3? Almost does. Gets a little bit of damage here onto Impa. Can't quite get the headshot that he's looking for, but the damage is done. That's exactly what they needed. Now in a 1v4, last round of the half, 12 seconds remaining. The only hope would be to kill everybody, but he won't even get a single there. Bangnan shuts it down, 5-7 on the half. Lunatic now swap over onto the attack. Let's see how they fare in this next pistol round, because it is very important that they win this.
Okay, a lot of ghosts. A lot of ghosts, so not much in the way of armor. Frenzies and even a Sheriff, looks like for Goddead. So for Hamtori even, yeah, they're just not even going to go for any armor at all. They're just going to try to win this with their shooting. Try and see if they can get a pistol round win for themselves here. Yeah, what is that, 5, 6 in a row there? Jeez. 6 in a row for Hamtori in that. I mean, they just get hot, and it looks like they never let go.
Yeah.
앞쪽을 정찰한다.
Damn good. Con Dart will find God Dead. He's going to stay put. Has to be careful, though. Those shock darts are going to start flying, and doesn't want to have to burn the tailwind early just to get away.
Seems to be his play style. If he gets reconned, he tries to use that against him. He tries to use that aggressiveness that a lot of teams, once they have that information on where you are, they try to get that, those shots on you, because likely, the players to be running away around the corner. The Owl Drone going to spot out Fantasy here. And again, they're trying to do it too.
Yep. 3 stack outside of Hookah. Smoke still just going to be chilling there for now. Curveball around, forces Cinder out of position. Paint Shell's going to fly in. Sonic Dart will go ahead and spot out 2. Push up onto the box, looking for the angle to try to get some shots in onto the site. Cannot find it. Fantasy and Sama both going to fall. They push out the window. They do manage to find 1, but Zumba comes up with 2 on the back of his Frenzy. He's still in the fight, and that'll be a triple kill to go ahead and finalize the pistol round. Like I said, that was such a crucial one here for Lunatic High. Hamtori start off the half a round up.
Yeah, it's a huge start there. Zumba doing a good job changing elevations, making it really hard for Hyunhyo to get the shots onto him. Hyunhyo was pretty fired up there, and he had gotten a couple nice kills with that Ghost. But, when you change elevations, it's much harder to go vertical than it is to go horizontal with your adjustments, with those flicks, with your transfers. So, yeah, that's a good start. I think I saw a Marshall here for God Dead. He's just going to come right around the corner. Again, he gets spotted out, but it's not going to work.
This time, they go for a triple peek on the showers. They say, okay, you know what? 2 wasn't working out so well. Let's go for 3. Now Marshall going to be in the hands of Lunatic High.
Yeah, this has not been an enjoyable time in the bats for God Dead. This map. It's been pretty brutal for him.
Yeah. It's like that scene in Eastern Promises.
Wasn't there a Bond movie where there was a fight scene in a baths?
Probably.
One of the Pierce Brosnan ones?
Probably at some point.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't seen actually every single James Bond movie, but Kick does get taken down, so 4v4. Not taking a little bit of damage. Will lob the paint shells up over towards the entrance of U-Haul. Won't find a kill though. It's Cinder inside of Hookah. He hears him stepping into the trap, and he just says, okay, easy kills. Push around the side. Jinx got the spray down on the Gunho, who is consistently the last member to die.
Well, that's kind of how it should be for the Cypher. The Cypher should be one of the last ones to go.
Yeah.
Typically. It's the Cypher, the Omen.
It's kind of like your Sage,
yeah.
Except yesterday, we saw quite a bit of early Sage deaths.
She's a tank, didn't you know? She can heal herself, though.
Yeah, I guess so. That was mostly Zest just playing her a little too aggressively.
A little bit, yeah. But he made up for it later. He had some sick plays.
Initially, he was kind of tanking, tanking their chances of winning. 4 members going to be lurking out here towards Fountain. Or B lobby.
Oh my god, look at how far out of mid Hamtori's going.
Yep, oh man. Working their way forward. Trying to go around the back.
This has got to be fast for Lunatic High, or else they are going to have all kinds of crossfire angles to deal with. They are going to be just surrounded.
Well, can't help. Does get eliminated. Now they're in a pretty awkward position. Great pickup there from Sama, but does get traded back. Simba finding the kill, and God Dead not ready for them to be retreating. Now the kill's coming through. 3v2. They're going to be storming their way over to the A site, which is completely open. Teleporter will get taken. You can see they're wary of the fake or the TP coming through. That's why they still have this Cypher sitting here. Cinder is ready. Finds one with a tripwire. Cannot get the kill, but gets quite a bit of damage pressed through. TP comes through, but finds one. Bogdan, however, does take him down as these players continue to play Ring Around the Rosie. 26 seconds remaining. They absolutely still can go for the A plant, and it seems like that is going to have to be the call.
Yep, 100% the right call. I love the idea here from Hamtori, but what is God Dead doing? He's got to have his gun out. You can't just do that. You're making noise coming around there. They know it's coming. And he just gets killed for free. Again, God Dead is really off right now.
Yep. Paint shell's instantly going to be lobbed over. Not going to find much. Up top with the classic versus Kick, who's going to be coming out of the showers. He will drop down onto the site. He's just not ready for that peek. Cinder does fall. And that is Lunatic nicely putting a round on the board. Still at a deficit, though. Under 3 rounds here. But it's a step in the right direction.
Can't get the full armor out of their buys necessarily with either a Vandal or a Phantom, so a few of them are going to have to go halvesies, but a few can go full, and that's okay. But it is going to be kind of an important round, economically speaking. Both teams kind of in similar positions economically. You do have a little bit more money, I think, for Lunatic High, but yeah, this one's a big momentum swing potentially here for Lunatic High.
Ooh, spam through the wall actually does get some flying damage. Shock Dart will finish him, throws it right at his feet. Great little read there from Kick. So wary, and it pays dividends. Already gets rid of that raise.
Yeah, they're not fooled at all by that Brim smoke. They know that something's up, whether it be the Jet or the Raze. They know they're going to try to get aggressive out of bads. They take advantage of it. Really nice play by Kick. Kick's been playing really solid on this map.
That he has. I mean, even in, last game as well,
Yes.
on Ascent,
Yes.
constantly garnering vision for his team. So Kick has been a very nice bright spot for Lunatic High.
See, I did it to you. I'm sorry. I called him Lunatic High one time.
My word, yeah. I still use a little bit more coffee, maybe, to get fully woken up here today. Might do that during the break. Nice little peek there. God Dead waiting, lurking in the smoke. Does find a kill as Impa just going to be chilling out. Spots one. Gonna go instantly dead, but he wasn't ready for the follow-up. Was too worried about getting pushed from Garden. Does die. Barricade on out. Rocket blind there from Bugman. Heard the running coming through from Jinx. Just lets it fly into Hookah. Finds the kill with just a second to spare. The spike will get planted. God Dead will clean up both of them. 4 kills on the round to go ahead and clutch it out. Defuse will come in, and that is now 10 rounds on the board for Hamtori.
There we go. There's God Dead coming through big, like we would expect for Hamtori. That is really, really nice to pick up that double there. It's a little odd from Impa standing on top of the crate, on top of the site there. He doesn't have any information on what's going on in Long B, so that's why he has to respect it. That's why he has to look that way. So he puts himself in a 50-50, and he doesn't really, I mean, it's nice to get that first kill. I would have rather seen him just back down.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. That would be the more measured play, is instead of looking away from where you just got a kill, simply back off, drop down, and break the line of sight. Played it way too greedily, flipped the coin, and it did not work out for him.
I like this kind of, I think I saw a couple Buckies here for Hamtori, so kind of an anti-eco. And you can afford to do that if you just have a Bucky at Hookah with the Cypher, as we've been seeing from them, or maybe the Sova this time. But regardless, the Bucky can get a lot of value in that spot.
Certainly can. Bladestorm also is going to be there for God Dead. Nice tap, however, from Zinba. Finds Bogdan over by the showers. Damage being pushed out. Molotov to try to gate them back, push back around the corner. We're not ready for it. Jinx continues to excel, almost finds 4. The showstopper for Zinba will end the round. Slaying some paint shells down at their feet.
I mean, the peaks are so good. The molly's perfectly placed. Everything just rolling so well for Jinx. 15 and 12, but a couple of these rounds he has just basically won by himself.
Yeah, the guy is nuts. I mean, playing the lurk Brimstone on Ascent, now coming out here and just absolutely destroying. It's been really good, and obviously we didn't get to see that much Brimstone when we were casting for Strike. I like the presence of it here in the Challengers tournament, and I'd love to see this kind of performance on it as well.
Well, the thing that I particularly love about VALORANT right now is it feels incredibly balanced. Like, most of the agents are in really good spots. I think the Jet nerf, you know, was needed, but it didn't really affect her ability to do what she does best, make the plays, make the entries. It's just that utility, that extra utility that you want to have the other characters like Brimstone for.
Well, it's Bucky time. Neural Theft will be tossed out here. They see two members pressing up into Garden. Shots coming through. That's going to be the double jump forward there from Bangnan, but Goddead was ready for him. Had the Vandal. He's not rocking the Bucky. Now push back around the corner. They find one. They find two in Garden. Kick, however, finds three for himself. And look who's lurking outside the teleporter, just in case he decides to exit that way. Seems like it's not going to happen. It will creep back around. But does he go into Link, or does he come into Hookah? It seems like it's going to be the latter, at least for now. But there we go. He will change his path.
Yeah, Cinder ready for either direction for B, whether it be long or through the teleporter. And Zumba is just got kick dead to rights. Didn't even have the gun out.
Well, you didn't TP. There's only one other way you could be coming from. So presses into him, and now it's one round for Hamtori to go ahead and take this series 2-0. Lunatic High need to win 6 straight to force overtime.
That's a tough hill to climb, but Hamtori's done it. They can definitely get it done. But the operator now in the hands of Goddead. It's going to be a full buy for Lunatic High, of course, with yourself on the ropes like this. At this point, it's basically full buys on the rest of the round, no matter what, for Lunatic High.
Yeah. All right, well, Goddead is going to be pressing away, but look at the damage that he got. Actually collateraled that damage through on the two members, I believe. Looks for the peak, has to take the teleporter out. 2 kills, however, do come through. Now 3 for the side of Lunatic High. But the two members so very low, this is still looking pretty damn dire for them.
Yeah, Zumba just getting into the flanks quickly, knows the spike is down as well. Trying to suss out this last member, but they still lost track of Hyunho. He killed Goddead right from that same spot, basically.
Yep. Hyunho to the rescue. Waiting patiently, finds the one tap. There it is. Simba closes it out with a clutch. 3 kills on the round, 13-6. Hamtori take the series.